Hi everyone. Welcome to the final lap, which is your final evaluation. So I'm just gonna be going over this briefly. I'm gonna try as much as I can to be very brief, but I just have to explain how it's gonna work for you guys. Again, welcome to last. This is the last assignment for this class, and I'm just gonna be going over this video. So this is the 30% final evaluation, and it's due Monday, June 16th by end of the class. So we will look at the final evaluation overview. I'm going to skip to no, I'm just let me just go through this briefly. So this assignment is divided into basically four parts. We have part A, which is the reading. We have part B, which is the media and oral communication. We have part C, which is the writing, and we have part four. We have part D, which is submission. So basically, it's just three parts, but we have the last part, which is the submission, and I'm going to be going over this. So what has been expected of you and this final evaluation is for you to identify one issue or one topic within Indigenous voices to research on, and including researching on Indigenous person who could be classified and advocate for that issue. So let's say, for an example, you're writing about the reserves, right? You want to look at someone who has always been an advocate, who has always been the face, who has always gone far and beyond to make sure that his voice or our voice matters when it comes to the reserves. So let's say, for an example, um, you're looking at poor water, right? Then you wanna or let's say bad roads, unclean water in the reserves, who is passionate about this and who can advocate for this. You want to look at that. So that's basically what we're looking at. And like I said, the assignment is divided into four parts, and I'm going to be going over this. So the part A will be the reading. So you're going to be researching on your chosen issue, and so it's OLG2. What has been expected of you is learners will understand um, how intended audience and purpose determine text form, structure, and stylistic elements. This is going to weigh 10% of this final evaluation, and I've also suggested your work period. So anytime that you guys have the opportunity, or every day in the morning when you have your e-learning class, you want to use this period wisely to start to gather your information, to gather the materials, to start to gather on how you will complete this assignment. And like I said, it is a must that you complete all the parts. So you can't do part A and leave part B. No, you'll be it's gonna be eating up your mark. So you have to do part A, you have to do part B, you have to do part C, and the submission, which is important, which you have to do. You have to do that as well. So there is none for you to leave behind. You have to do everything. So again, like I said, you're going to choose an issue and then come up with a focus question about it. You will add that your focus question, and you will come for feedback with me and let me know if this focus question is okay, and you're gonna have enough materials to work on this. So guys, I want you to look at that issue, that when you pick up a topic, there'll be enough material. You're looking for an advocate that is really passionate and strong, and who's got a voice on the topic you have chosen. So just don't choose any choice without having enough facts, without having enough information, without having enough materials for you to get it through. Okay, so when you have chosen that, you will again go on your final evaluation focus question organizer, and you must put that focus question in there. I have provided the docs where you guys will put your name, your focus question. You must do it. It is a must. Okay, it is a must. Every name, everyone in this class that will want to pass this class, pass in flying colors, have to follow through all the materials, all what is being expected of you. Okay, so once you guys are done again, and I've provided details enough slides for you to go over. Slide 5, what do you see when you go to slide 5? These will be a list of suggested issues that you guys might think about or think of, and maybe you have your own topic or your own issue that's not even the one that I've included for you. Let me know. Okay, so when you complete that research organizer link, then you will we can get across to me, then we can talk about this. Okay, like I said, this is a must do not skip any of this step, please. Okay, so and then part B, that's about the media and the oral communication. So you're going to be curating and presenting a media product. Again, it's not going to be a live presentation, right? You guys will record, you guys, whatever format, we're going to go over this. It is not a live presentation, but it must be included in your final summative assignment, okay? So you're going to create an audio or visual media product about your chosen issue. It should be based on, or it will indicate your research. Okay, so see possible media product formats on slide 12. We're going to get to that. And as you're curating, you want to check with me just to make sure that I can give you feedback as needed. And you want to submit the link to your media product and presentation on the media product submission slide. We're going to get to that as well. Please ensure you have adjusted your sharing settings accordingly so that I can be able to comment on it. Then your part C, this will be the paragraph part where you're going to be writing you're going to be writing a paragraph on the chosen issue and the overall learning in this course. So again, you're going to write a paragraph about what you learned about your choosing topic and Indigenous advocate, and then you're going to connect it to your overall learning in this course. So you're going to look at when we start from day 1 up till today, what have you learned? How can you connect these ideas together? Okay, so when you have completed the paragraph organized on slide 19, this will help you organize your thoughts. Then again, like I said, this is a must. You must do it. You can't skip it. As you write, I want you to please, you want to check with me just to discuss your progress and receive feedback. Using your reflected organizer as a guide, you are going to write the good copy of your paragraph on the written paragraph submission slide. So let's go over this. Let's look at the steps for success. Again, like I've said, it has been divided into 4 parts: A, B, C, and D. So the first part is the reading aspect. This is where you will choose an issue within Indigenous voices to research on, and including researching an Indigenous person who could be seen as an advocate for the issue you've chosen. Come up with a focused question for your research. Get feedback from me and revise it as needed. Then again, you must make sure that you use 2 to 3 sources and complete the research organizer. Meet with me if you have to. You guys have not been making use of the office hours. That is where the office hours is being created for you. It's for you guys to meet with me if you have any questions, if you need any feedback, right? If you need any clarification, that is why that office hours is there. And I do understand that you guys get caught up in your own things as well. But remember, this class is supposed to be in the morning. So I have 2 classes in the afternoon as well. So that is why I can schedule the office hours in to the afternoon, because I'm not going to be available at that time. I can only schedule it in the morning because those are the times that I have. So again, I know you guys get caught up, you're all busy, but if you really need to talk to me, if you really need any questions, if you need clarification, please feel free, especially as this is so important for you. It's important, it's 30% of your grade, and you need to make sure that you're on the right path and you're following through all the necessary steps being required for you to be successful in this 30% final evaluation. So once you've done that, you want to go to part B, and this is the media oral communication. And here, what you need to do is you're going to be creating an audio or visual media product about your chosen topic. Then it should be based only, and you will include it on your research. You want to meet with me again, and let's discuss this, and let me so that I can give you feedback. And once you're done, you want to submit the link to your media product on the media product submission slide in this deck, and we're going to be getting to that as well. Then when you're done with that media oral communication, then we'll move to part C, which is writing. And here we're going to write one detailed and thoughtful paragraph about your chosen topic, the advocate, and then we will connect it to your overall learning in the course. Complete the paragraph organizer to help you organize your thoughts. Write the good copy of your paragraph directly on the written paragraph submission slide. Then D, this is when you submit it. So when you have completed part A, you've completed part B, you've completed part C, and you have linked your work as specified, then you must attach the entire assignment slide deck on the final evaluation assignment Dropbox. Please again remember that you have you have updated your sharing settings for your media product so that your teacher can view your work. For this assignment slide deck, change the sharing settings to anyone with the link and a commenter as well. Then finally, copy and paste the link to this assignment slide. You need to do that. And again, this is just going into detail as how you guys will go about this final evaluation assignment or project. So again, part A, the reading part, so researching your chosen issue or topic. So yeah, within Indigenous Voices to research, you're going to be including an Indigenous person who could be seen as an advocate, a person fighting for positive change, a person working to educate others. For this issue, once you have chosen your topic, then let me know. Then you can we can go ahead and start your project. So look at I've got a couple of topics that you might be interested in and choosing from. So for example, the wampum belt, the indigenous cuisine, the Anishinaabe medicine wheel, the seven grandfather teachings, indigenous storytelling practices, contemporary indigenous artists, the filmmakers, the visual artists, authors and musicians. Then we have the Inuit environmental activism. Then we have the poorer health for indigenous peoples compared to Canadians, especially consider roles of diabetes. So diabetes could be an example. Why do we see among the indigenous people a peak in diabetes? So does it have to do with lack of good diet? Does it have to do so many things, so many factors that can contribute to that? Could it be a poor health, being a poorer health system among the indigenous people? So we want to look into that. Then we want to look at disproportionate incarceration rate for indigenous peoples who represent 25% of the prison population, but just 4% of the population of Canada. You want to look at the numbered treaties. You want to look at progress on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action. Then you want to look at any other topic that's not listed here, but you think that would be a best or topic you would like to do a research on. Let me know if you have any other topic that is different from this before you go ahead to start your research. Then again, when you've come up with a focus question and an advocate for your issue that you can research, you will have to come up with that. What do you want to learn about your issue or the topic? Who do you want to learn about? Who the advocate that you are looking at? Who is that person? Consider using ChatGPT to help you create a focus question and find an advocate to research on. Once you have curated your focus question, add it to the NBE3U final evaluation topic and focus question organizer that I've curated for you, so that you can receive feedback and suggestion from your teacher. All right, so again, this is a continuation of part A. Then you want to try to answer your question by researching, finding information about your choosing topic, using 2 to 3 reliable sources, use indigenous sources whenever possible. I always like those indigenous sources, right? So when you have done that, you want to make that your source could be articles, your sources could be articles, they could be podcasts, they could be songs, they could be anything. Then you will be required to cite all of your sources in both your research organizer in your media products. You have to cite all sources, please. And please note, again, Wikipedia is not the best. It's not even reliable at all, reliable source. ChatGPT, other AI models are not citable sources. So if you are using ChatGPT, you are not going to be having a reliable sources. Although it can help you to come up with your focus question or to organize your ideas, you should not be asking it to generate your research for you. It's often, it often generates fake information and even sources and citations as well. So AI software detection will be used if you copy and paste a lot from AI. You will be invited by Miss O to discuss your work, and you may be asked to redo the part of it or all of it. And remember, this has a due date. It's not like, okay, if you don't get it done before midterm, after midterm, then you might have time. No, there is no time. So you have to be on top of your game, guys. Okay, then you want to explore the following in your research. You want to make sure that you have essential needs to know about your issue. You want to make sure, why is the issue important to indigenous communities, and why is it important for non-indigenous people to know about it? Hey, you want your advocate who is helping with the issue and working to make positive change. Then you want to complete the research organizer linked on slide 8 and 9. By recording your research and your sources again. Okay, this is a must do. Do not skip this, please. It is a must do. Don't skip it, because it's worth 10% of your overall mark. As you research, check in with me so as to discuss progress and to receive feedback. And that is your part A. And again, I've provided choosing and citing reliable source. If you're having difficulty on how to cite or how to choose reliable sources, you have everything in here. I just want to go ahead and watch these 2 videos, and that will inform you on how you can cite and use reliable sources. Then here is the research organizer, and here, if you could see that, you have a chosen issue, you have an indigenous advocate that you have chosen, and here's the focus question. What are you hoping to learn in your research? Okay. And again, because I said you have to cite your sources, and it could be either 2 or 3, and I have provided those boxes for you to cite your sources as well. Okay. The title of the source, the link to source, and information from that your source. Okay. All right, so and this is an example of a research organizer that I've provided for you. So let's say for an example, choose an issue. We talk about indigenous herds. Indigenous advocates for choosing issue. Then that is an Inuit folk singer by the name Susan. Hagler-Kirk. Okay? And what is the focus question? Why is Indigenous art important to Canada? How does it teach others about the special traditions and practice in Indigenous communities? How has Inuit folk singer Susan Hagler-Kirk, an advocate, helped people to appreciate and understand Indigenous art and music? And again, we're gonna the title of source, Indigenous Art, Culture and Heritage. Link to source. That's the link. And information from source. Yeah, we had important points from the article that answer my question. Okay, so that's an example of your research organizer. And once you guys are done, that means you've completed your part A. Then you want to go ahead and move to part B. And in our part B, like I said, oops, sorry guys. In our part B, like I said, that is curating and presenting a media product. Again, so what has been expected of you in part B is to curate an audio or a visual media products based on your chosen issue. It should be based on and it should include your research. Possible formats for your media products could include: you could use a slide deck with voice over screen recording, you could use a picture, culture, slideshow, and voice over screen recording. You could use informative virtual classroom and voice over screen recording. You could use website creation with voice over screen recording, and it's a lot. You could use an infographic with voice over screen. So there is a lot for you guys to choose on. So again, once you have done that, please notice how all of the above formats include both a visual product like a slide deck as well as an audio and video presentation like a screen recording. You need to ensure that your media product has both. It must have both. Again, stuck on which formats to use. See slide 13 again, and there's some videos on where to choose the formats that best suit your purpose and your styles and your strategies. All research information needs to be cited. Like I said, you have to cite it. So whatever research information that you guys have provided for me, it needs to be cited. You should be emphasizing citations in your media product and including a works cited one-sided again. AI such as ChatGPT is not a suitable source, although it can be helpful to generate ideas and helping you to organize your thoughts. You should not be prompting it to generate your research. It often generates the information and even sources on citation that are not accurate. So AI software detection will be used if you copy and paste a lot from AI. You will be invited to discuss your work and you may be asked to redo part of it or everything again. Okay, so yeah, the presentation, audio, video, parts of your media and media products should not be longer than 2 to 3 minutes. It's just a 2 to 3 minutes, please. Audio or video presentation, please. When recording, you want to make sure that you are using effective and communication presentation strategies. Again, we're going to look at that in slide 14 for tips. As you curate, please check in with me if you have any questions, feedback, then I'm here to provide that for you. So slide 13's got quite a few media product creation, how to use videos. Sorry about that. How to videos. I have to put how to use videos in that. Sorry guys. How to use videos. Okay, so again, I do have couple of it. We have the Canva talking presentation, the Pechak Kucha, we have the virtual classroom, you have the Google site, we have the Handmaker video, we have the infographic text, we have the animator video, and we have the screen recording. Okay. And again, I have the effective presentation strategies. Maybe you're the one that is shy, you don't know how you're going to record. I'm not going to be inviting you to come and speak or talk to me about it. All I need is just that audio or video recording, which should not be more than 2 to 3 minutes. I know you guys can do this. All right, so let's move. And once you guys are done, you want to make sure that you submit the media products submission slide in here. You want to insert the link to your media product and the text below. So let's go to C. So here in the C, this part is where you're writing a paragraph, and in this paragraph what I'm expecting of you is to write one detailed and thoughtful paragraph about what you have learned about your choosing topic, and then you want to connect it to your overall learning about indigenous voices in this course. Okay, then once you're done with that, you want to review the video on the next slide and see how you can effectively write a paragraph. So complete the paragraph organizer on slide 19 to help you organize your thoughts. Again, this is a must do. Do not skip this step. Okay, so using your paragraph organizer as a guide, write the good copy of your paragraph directly on the written paragraph submission slide. Your paragraph must be in your own words, although again, AI such as ChatGPT may be a helpful tool for generating ideas or helping you to organize your thoughts. You should not be prompting it to write your paragraph for you. Okay, and then copying and pasting is not allowed. If I find out, I have to invite you, and if I do invite you, you might have to write it again. You don't want to do that, because this is your last chance to complete your 30% final evaluation. Okay, so as you write, remember, recall your paragraph reading skills. Remember that. Keep your information clear, precise, and organized. Use transition words such as needed. It might, to begin with, it could be firstly, it could be secondly, it could be thirdly, it could be in conclusion, and etc. Then again, we want to read your work aloud to yourself and edit your spelling, grammatical errors, and punctuation. Remember, you can always use a program like Grammarly to help you revise and edit your work. Okay, during this time there will be office hours, and you're free to come in for any questions, any feedback, or any clarification. And here again, that's a tip on how to write a paragraph for you. Once you're done, you want to come to your paragraph organizer, and you want to follow the prompt here, and you want to make sure that you do write it into detail. So again, introduction. Start by talking about the indigenous issue you researched. Then you want to explain why it's important for indigenous communities. Then you want to mention the indigenous person you studied who is working to make things better. Okay, once you're done, the body of your paragraph about the issue, about the advocate, connect to class. And again, you want to look at the conclusions or sum up what you talked about in your paragraph. Highlight why the issue and advocate are important to you, and end by saying why it's essential to learn about indigenous voices in your class. Okay, and once you're done, you want to go in here and submit your reading paragraph. Okay, you want to use the paragraph organizer to write a good copy of your paragraph and the text below. And once you're done, you want to go under your rubric and you want to self-evaluate yourself. Remember, if you think you want 90, don't go give yourself a C, or don't give yourself a 2. And if you think you're just a 1+ and you go and give yourself a 4, you kidding me? I'm going to be looking at this and I'm going to be giving you guys your grades according to how detailed and how effective and how great your final thesis is. Okay, and again, I've provided all the links that you're going to be needing, step for success, all the slides number for you. And I'm going to end this on this note. Again, guys, please make use of the office hours, especially at this time when you guys might need clarification, you might need feedback. And I just want to say a big thank you for everyone in this class. You guys rock. This is one of the best class ever for me this year. Great job, everyone. If you guys are will I know it's a grade 11 at times we might have grade 12 in this class. So as you guys journey to grade 12, I'm wishing you all the best. And for those of you that really needed this course so badly, I'm asking if I've tried. There's always a room for improvement for each and every one of you, but I want to use again this time to say a big thank you to every one of you. Enjoy your summer, and hopefully I don't want to see you again. What I mean is I don't want you to be in my class again, but hopefully maybe one of those days we get to meet in the mall, we get to meet somewhere, and I could say, oh, are you Miss Oh, I think I do have an e-learning class with one lady who talks to you much, name is Oh. All right, I'm gonna stop here. You have a lovely summer, take care, and God bless. Bye bye.